Okay, here is the email from Isabella Dennis, who since has been married and calls herself Isabella Knuckles. It is from October the 23rd of 2018 at 4:55 p.m. It is the Cemetery Improvement Packet. This is the City of Austin Cemeteries Improvement Packet. Dale, per our conversation, please find attached our Cemetery Improvement Packet for the restoration project you are planning. Isabella Z. Dennis. And so, this was in place in October 23rd of 2018. We can pull up the document real quick here. This is the City of Austin Cemetery Operations Cemetery Improvement Packet. It is a 17-page document that talks about all the things that need to happen to do this. And again, you'll find right here, here's the forms that Save Austin Cemetery had to fill out in order to do things. And it was updated 10/18 of 2018. And so this is the PDF. So when Isabella tells us that this form wasn't in place when Beale Monuments was talking about doing the War Moth lot, it's just a lie. Because here's the email, and if we go here to File and look at the properties, we can see that the author is Isabella Dennis, and it was created on 10/11 of 2018 at 2:30 in the afternoon. So this document was well in place in 2018. When Isabella says that it wasn't in place when Beale Monument was doing the job, she's lying. Here is a document dated January 29th of 2019. It's the Cemetery Improvement Approval Form for working at Oakwood at the Swisher lot. Again, city seal, dear applicant. The application was completely filled out. They required a fee. A $75 inspection fee is required before starting this project. All fees apply to monument work in the associated lights with this project. And it was approved. And here we go. This is the form that Ms. Merca filled out. You can see it's all cleaned up here, and it's the same form that Isabella sent me back out in 2018. And they got the fee schedule and all the rest of that stuff. But when you ask for the Beale Monument stuff, none of this stuff is here. The city claims that this process wasn't in place when Beale applied to do the work at the War Moth lot. Let's take a look at that. So this is Public Information Request C as in Charlie 038612. This is the form that I received from the City of Austin for that information request concerning the War Moth lot, and did they in fact fill out the cemetery improvement form. You can see that hardly anything is filled out in the upper section here. It does talk about Oakwood. It talks about resetting the front step and the coping and cleaning. It does have a date of 5/23/19 on it here. And it said it is approved prior to lot improvement process. The document here, instead of having the date of October of 2018, this is changed and this now says draft. So you can see that all of this happened in April and May of 2019. I've just shown you that the process was in place well before any of this took place in 2019 for the War Moth lot. But for some reason, the City of Austin says the project was approved by the cemetery operations prior to the development of this improvement process. And that's just not true. Let's look at the emails between the City of Austin and Beale during this time frame. This is a spreadsheet that I created when I started doing open records requests. I needed to put everything into a timeline so I could understand the course of events. And so in column A, you have the document which the email came from, the page within that document. These are open records requests, the date, who sent the email, who it was sent to, the subject line, and the time of day. And this is sorted by date and then time of day. Now you start to see a chronological order of the conversations that happened for this job. And you see that Gilbert Beale doesn't appear in the conversations until April 17th of 2019. Gilbert Beale was not involved with this project prior to that. They were getting bids from Rusty Brenner, James Brenner in Dallas. They sought bids from other people, and then they chose to go with somebody else, Gilbert Beale, in April because he underbid everybody. The city cannot be involved with doing this process, but they clearly were. The question is, why are they hiding the fact and trying to say that Gilbert Beale didn't have to fill out these forms because it was approved well before the process was initiated, but yet Save Austin Cemeteries went through the same process 4 months before Beale did, and we had to fill out all the paperwork? That's the question. A very plausible explanation can be, and it happens all the time in government contracts, is city employees, government employees working with contractors, getting them work on the side, and then getting a little kickback on the side. Again, I have no evidence that that's what's happened here. There are safeties in place to prevent this from happening, and it's very clear that the city staff ignored all of those things, chose to be the role as the general contractor, and chose to hire Beale Monument Company as a subcontractor and skipped the processes in place in order to protect the public, and are trying to cover it up after the fact.